You could describe Arthur Taylor as the perfect European. His girlfriend is Finnish, he set up a software company in Germany, and he was born in Britain. Now his British nationality is starting to worry him. If Britain votes to leave, Taylor will no longer be an EU citizen. What would that mean for his company and his more than 30 members of staff?
It is frightening to know that a lot of my fate and the fate of potentially the people who work here in our business depends on people who aren't even aware of what we're doing necessarily here in Berlin, and that's true of lots of expats in Europe. What's in Jira?
Non-EU citizens require both residence and work permits for Germany. Taylor is currently wondering whether to become German, but he's only been here for 7 years. And you have to have lived in Germany for 8 years before you can apply for German citizenship. The impact of Brexit is unclear.
There is no role model for this process. It's never happened before in history. Nobody knows what the implications would be legally or for people working here.
Martin Gordon has already become German, largely because of his son Chester. Chester's mother comes from Indonesia. If Britain left the EU, Chester and his parents would no longer have been EU citizens. Chester doesn't understand why so many people in Britain support the Brexit.
I think they said it's because Europe is undermining their power or something. I don't think there's any reason for England to leave Europe.
Martin Gordon moved to Berlin from London 18 years ago to work here as a music producer.
I didn't consider that I would end up being German as a result of having lived in Berlin, but and as you know, the English have a rather curious relationship with the Germans, but I am.
Gordon received his certificate of citizenship a few days ago after filling out numerous forms and taking a citizenship test. He also had to take a solemn oath.
I'd swear not to overthrow the German constitution by force, they specified.
Gordon is familiar with German red tape. He even wrote a song about it a few years ago, Only One Dream Per Person. The song describes how Germans would organise paradise if they were to run it. Very efficiently, of course. Right now, he has nothing positive to say about his homeland, especially not the Brexit debate.
I mean, Boris Johnson and his Nazi remarks, for example, you know, I think it's kind of devolved into entertainment.
Arthur Taylor has a contingency plan. He could marry his girlfriend, get a Finnish passport and remain an EU citizen. But this plan has a snag.
That's not something that I consider as a legitimate reason to get married.
I mean, it's not, when you talk about plans you have together as a couple, you don't usually have to consider geopolitics.
Arthur Taylor is not the only Brit in Germany who's worried about the future. There are 10,000 in Berlin alone. Almost everyone at this meeting of expats is considering applying for German citizenship.
Once I heard about the referendum, I got worried about my status here, so I applied for citizenship and got it a couple of months ago.
I'm sure there'll be some kind of escape clause, so I didn't take it further.
EU rights are much more important to me than anything a British passport gives me.
Most people here agree.
I don't think it would make any sense at all for me to try to hold on to citizenship of a country that's decided that they don't want to be part of Europe.
So while some Brits want to leave the EU, other Brits are thinking seriously about leaving Britain.